So one big thing with generative AI systems is that it's a subjective output in many cases, right? And how do you test a subjective output? Generate me a travel itinerary, and is that itinerary good or bad? How do you identify that? Or generate me a response to this RFP. How do you know if that response is good or bad? So it's a very subjective output. In those kind of scenarios, how should clients think about testing this, and how should they think about whether the system is ready for prime time or not? Can I put this in production or not? The responses are subjective, and in order to measure subjective response, you need human feedback. So take an odd number of humans, three, five, seven, something like that, and you've defined some categories. Ask humans to provide feedback based on those categories, and things like, and the categories are like, it should not hallucinate, so is it authentic or not? It should not use flowery language, is it too wordy? It should not just use redundant language, so is it repetitive, and things like that. So you're giving a rubric to humans to judge the content which has been outputted, and then they're scoring the output, and then you consolidate all that output and use that as a human feedback mechanism. This is actually much better than just throwing an output at a client and saying, do a UAT of this, do a user acceptance testing of it, because then it is coming from one person's subjective opinion. But now, even though it is subjective, there is a structure to it, so there is a rubric to it, so we know when the feedback is coming. It's not just, oh, it's not good enough. We know exactly what the issue is, so we can go back and tailor the solution to address that issue. And also, it's not one person subjective opinion. Now you have multiple people, so you can start with getting feedback of three people, but doesn't have to stop at three. You can go back and say, I want to take feedback of 15 people, and then I want to use that to consolidate this. If you have access to a larger user base, you can do an A B test on a much larger scale and get feedback like that. This is a framework. And let's say originally, before putting the AI system in, there were humans doing the same job. You can get output from the humans, you can get output from the AI system, and try comparing both of them using the same framework. And that gives you an idea about whether you are improving from the current benchmark or not. For the cases where you have subjectivity in response, that's where this becomes really, really important.